lead together, embrace change, enhance everyone's journey. The 3 core principles of SmartStop, a leader in self-storage real estate across North America, reinforce why we're proud to bring you SheEO Lead-In, the podcast featuring curated conversations with powerful women sharing their impactful wisdom. It's a self-knowledge, self-discovery, and self-preneurship audio storage vault created by and for women. SmartStop's presentation of SheEO Lead-In begins right now.
Have you ever felt that you as a woman may not appear to measure up when you see incredible women in strong roles? You may be surprised when hearing from women in these positions and how we all share many of the same challenges. Thank you for joining us for the SheEO Leading-In podcast with Rebecca Jones as we share the journeys of women.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Jones, your host of SheEO Lead-In. We are on an exploration together to discover more about the personal journeys of incredible women in both career and life. We all have paths to share that sometimes take incredible turns, deep resilience, and courage to navigate. My hopes are that the challenges shared here encourage women to take leaps of faith and growth when a journey feels too difficult or unachievable. There is great strength deep within each one of us. These stories are meant to share the ways strong women have taken their dreams to strive and thrive to new heights, despite their sometimes rocky paths, and found a way to lead in. Today we're here with LaVonne Norwood with Armor Fabrication Fence. How are you today, LaVonne?
I'm very well, thank you.
Great. Well, I'm excited for about today because this discussion is going to be very cool, I can tell. I think it's really neat. You actually own a fencing company. Tell me how that happened.
Armor Fabrication Fence, I'm in the second generation of it. Actually, my parents started the very first fence company in Valley Center in the early 80s. Wow. And I got my and they sold it and started new ones and sold that one. So I got my fingers in armor. And in 2007, since then, I've been actively going for it.
So what did you start out doing with the company? I think this is
goodness.
Interesting.
What did I start off doing? I started off answering the phones when I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of necessity.
Yeah, out of necessity, exactly. And then I'd rather be outside than in any time of the day. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And so I was mostly out in the shop. And my mom, my mom was always telling me, you're supposed to be answering the phone. And I'm like out in the shop doing whatever the guys are doing out there.
Yeah.
So that's how I got interested in the welding and whatnot.
Fun. So you weld?
Oh, yes.
Girl, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
So did you go to school to get a certificate on that? You just learned by just out there and doing it.
Hands on.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I don't know that I've ever met, and actually, fun fact, my family was a bunch of welders.
Oh.
My grandfather, several of my uncles, even my son is a welder. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really it's actually something that I think is kind of a dying breed, and it's so important because you really need it.
Yeah.
And so it's probably a specialty, I would say.
Okay. Sure, I'll take that. Thank you.
All right. So share with us a fun short story maybe from your childhood that maybe no one has ever heard.
Oh, goodness. No one has ever heard.
Oh, it could be something if it's fun.
Okay, I have a good one that kind of sticks out. There's a bunch of them. But there was one day when I was first learning how to weld, and I went down into the shop. Nobody was there, of course.
Wait, how old were you?
Oh, gosh. I was maybe 16, 17, somewhere
Love
around
it.
there.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And no one was in the shop. Everybody was gone for the day. So I'm out there, and I just weld whatever I can get my hands on, and I'm at the table, and I'm going to town, welding. And so something smells funny. I'm like, okay, whatever, ignore it, Then a second later, my leg starts getting a little bit warm. I'm like, okay, just ignored it. Not even a second after that, my leg was literally on fire. I am short, so I have to cut all of my jeans so that I could fit into them. And the phrase on the jeans from the slag of the welder actually caught fire. And I pull my hood off real fast, and my dad is standing at the end of the welding table with a customer, laughing at me, shaking his head, and I'm like, screaming and everything else running around, and he got a hose and he hosed me down, of course, but that was it.
Well, I would say your career started and you were on fire.
I was on fire.
You were on fire.
Yes, I was. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you got it out, obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
have
My
any
dad did
serious
the hose, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a little shocking.
It's well, thank goodness
shocking.
it's not too shocking.
Yeah,
literally, but yes.
No. So let me ask you something. Do you have a word that you think describes yourself?
Do I have a word that
Just one word?
Just one word.
Yeah, one word that describes yourself.
Fun.
Fun. I would say fun, definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely fun.
Yeah.
All right. So how long have you been doing this? Have you always been welding, or did you do anything in between? I was a babysitter when I was like 12, so that was my thing.
That's awesome.
So anyway, so you didn't ever work fast food or anything like that?
I worked for Miller's Outpost back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
That's probably to get the clothes.
Yes, exactly. And I think I lasted less than a week.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, I think once you're kind of doing your own thing, I think it would be hard to go in and go to a regular job and clock in and
no thank you, that's boring.
That's why it's great to talk about people starting businesses and how they do that. So what does a day look like for you? Are they always the same or always different?
That's why I love this, because they're never the same.
Okay.
I wake up, I have a Rottweiler and his name is Luke. He's about 100 pounds. He's a big baby. Every morning, 5 a.m., just like clockwork, he wakes me up with licks and loves and kisses and everything. Wake up, Mom, let's play. And so I just ask him every morning. I do this. I don't know why. Every morning I do this. Just a couple more minutes, dude, please. And then no, he never lets up. But every morning we do that. And then I get up and I have my coffee. I do my Bible study in the morning. And then depends. Lately it's been kind of slow. But I every day I still go over and see my mom. And I care for her, make sure everything is good with her. And I'll go on bids, or I'll go out in the yard and play the house and clean the house or do some yard work or something. It all depends.
So are you mostly having other people do the welding, or do you do it yourself still?
I do the smaller things.
Okay.
I don't like to build gates anymore because they're big and I'm not that big.
Yeah.
And so I subcontract most of that out. But I do all of the automation myself. The gate automation that makes the gates go back and forth.
Girl, do you have a degree for that?
No, I'm licensed.
So literally everything you taught yourself.
Yeah. Well,
that is so cool. Well, I bet you.
The business,
Yeah, that's really cool. I love that.
Thank you.
So how do you measure success and failure? Because sometimes I think you got to fail at something.
Oh, goodness.
And then you fail forward. And then so explain how you feel about that.
The pants catching on fire, that was a failure. But I learned, so it wasn't really a failure.
Yeah, exactly.
Failure isn't really a failure if you learn from it, right?
Yeah.
So I think success is, I'm living my dream right now. I have a great dog. I have a great house. My kids are up and out, and I have grandkids. And oh my goodness, that is just, they're the awesome.
Oh yeah. That's
my
really
oldest
cool.
is my oldest grandchild his name is Lakota, and he's 15 at Valley Center High School. He just got done playing football, and now he's a wrestler. He's a big kid, but he's having fun living his best life.
Yeah.
But then failure is really not an option.
Yeah.
There's no failure. I have to learn from every mistake that I make, and if I don't learn it from this one, I'm going to learn it the next time.
Right.
But
so do you do everything at the company? Like, how many employees do you have?
I don't have any employees.
So you do everything yourself?
Yeah, just about. I subcontract the big work out.
Yeah. But you do all the bookkeeping,
all
of that.
Yeah.
So you're the woman that does everything. I love that.
Thank you.
And this is inspiring, because there are a lot of people that, I just want a small company. What does that look like? What can that look like?
Yeah.
Tell me how you decided, did you ever have employees, or did you always work on your own?
Oh yeah. Obviously, back in the 80s, my dad had 10 crews going on at once.
Okay.
So we kind of, and then my dad passed away in 2018, and I don't like employees.
Yeah.
It's horrible to say, but they steal from you. They lie to you. And I'm not about that. I try to keep the positive going on and upbeat and whatnot. And so it's much better. I've found that it's much better this way for me.
Yeah.
In my situation that I'm in.
And so you just contract out to put up larger jobs, fences, and then also gates and that sort of thing.
Yep.
But you do all the automation yourself.
Yeah, I do all the automation, service calls, and installation, new installs, and all that by myself.
Which, I live in a gated community. Oof. The gates, people always bump them and do things. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You have to be pretty busy, I would say.
Like I say, right now it's the time of the year though.
Yeah.
It kind of slows down, so that's okay. It'll pick back up.
Sure, of course. So, how do you balance life and work and all of that?
Oh, goodness.
Don't you think it's kind of hard? And especially
Yes.
I think when the kids are smaller.
Oh, gosh. Yes, that was crazy.
Yeah. Why don't you explain kind of how did you navigate that?
Let me see. How did I navigate that? I don't know. I just woke up every morning and, put one foot in front of the other. You just got to do it.
And sometimes I think you're failing.
Oh, yeah.
And then other times you're like, I'm crushing it.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh no, I'm failing again.
Yes. Back and forth all the
Yeah,
time. That's
yeah.
it, constantly back and forth.
And I think that's really inspiring too, to share with our listeners, because a lot of times we put so much pressure, I think, on ourselves as women
Yes.
that we just go, okay, it's really, really, I'm failing and I'm never going to get out of it.
As soon as I got out of my own way, I think that's what
Oh,
it was. As soon as I gave up that thought, of I can't do it all the time. You have people there, loved ones there, family there, or good friends there that can help you, at different times and with different things, and that's super important.
Me, I'm in the middle of something. I need the kids.
That's right. SOS, please. 911 or something.
And I think that's, also because I mean, when we were kids, we took the bus mostly to school. And now, you have to take the kids to school. There are no school buses. And all of that is just added pressure on everything I think that we're doing.
Absolutely. Right now, I take my grandson Lakota will call me and he'll say, "Bama, I'm Bama. I'm badass grandma."
So cute.
So he'll say, "Can you take me to school?" And I'm like, "Yes." I get excited because that's our time. That we get to just chill and hang out and talk.
Because relationships are part of that balance.
100%.
You don't have the relationships and all you're doing is working. It's pretty
Oh
tough.
man, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it isn't.
Yeah, the relationship is what makes life rich with different things and everything. It's great.
For sure. So as a female leader in the welding industry, you had to have had some really weird times and tough times, I think, probably with men working for you.
Oh.
Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Here's a funny story.
Okay.
So I'm down in the shop one time. Nobody's there, of course, and I'm just ditzing around, playing around or whatnot. This big old biker dude comes in, and he looks at me, big tall guy, and he looks at me. He says, "Where's your welder?" I look up at him. I'm like, "She's right here. You're looking at her." And he's like, "Oh," his heart melted, and then it was a great conversation.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
So you took it by surprise.
Totally, 100%. Like he wants to come in and give me your welder. Let me see your welder, or whatever. And I'm like, "You're looking at her," and then he's like, "Oh, it was all cool after that."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, what about men that have actually worked for you? Did you ever get pushback? Did you ever?
Not really. No.
Interesting.
No. Yeah.
I wonder if it's because you started out so young.
Yeah.
And your dad was there with you a lot of the time.
All the time. Yes.
Probably protecting you.
Oh,
saying,
absolutely.
"Don't you mess with my girl."
Absolutely. And I made lots of mistakes.
Oh,
But my dad was smart, and he knew that it would take me to hurt from some of those mistakes to learn. And that's me though. So
Well, and that's the thing. So I tell every time I speak to young people, I say, listen, you've got to try things that are outside of your comfort zone because that helps grow you. But don't not try things because you're paralyzed by fear.
100%.
There's healthy fear and unhealthy fear.
There's respect fear.
Right.
And then there's like,
Yeah, exactly. So, role models and mentors. I think obviously your dad probably.
100%, yes.
But why don't you share with us some other mentors maybe that you had that helped you in your career?
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. I wrote down on my, did you read the?
No,
on my,
tell me. Share,
okay,
share,
on my questionnaire. You're going to love this one. You remember Looney Tunes Foghorn Leghorn?
Yes.
I love Foghorn Leghorn. Okay. Funniest guy in the world. Just smiling, having a good time. That makes me remember, that life is only as serious as you make it.
Oh my gosh, that's true. And so much, if you take it all to heart,
Yeah.
it's really hard to enjoy your life.
It is. And just sit back, and enjoy it and relax. And it's taken me a while to get this right, but I must say, but just kick back and relax and it'll come and everything is great.
Take a deep breath.
That's it.
That's what I tell people all the time. Take a deep breath.
Yes.
It's not the end of the world.
That's
today.
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's a good lesson. So why don't you share some other lessons that you've learned because you let's just think about this. Our kids are in such a weird time. Our childhood wasn't like this.
No.
I mean, I know we're pretty close in age. Our time was not like this. It's really hard for kids to actually figure out how to navigate anything. But how would you share some things that you learned that you think are so important that they need to learn and apply with their lives?
I remember when I was real young, getting on the back of my horse and just taking off, and it was okay. My mom knew I would be back.
Yeah.
Now, even now, I would never. I would freak out, you know.
Yeah.
If I had a young kid that was just took off, you know, maybe relationships like we've talked about before. Those are really, really important.
Yeah.
I grew up in Valley Center, so a lot of the people in Valley Center know me. When my daughter was young, they knew her. She couldn't get away with anything. She hated it.
It takes a village.
It does. It
It does.
absolutely does.
Yeah.
I love that. I didn't like it when I was a kid because everyone knew my dad,
Yeah.
and so I couldn't get in. I did get in trouble, but I couldn't get in that much trouble. I hated it. Now I love it.
Yeah.
So things flip.
So what about other lessons though? Like what would you say to young people of, hey, you know what? This helped me in my career. What would you share with them?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh yeah.
That's a big one for me. Because, I mean, I'm this little, not even 5 foot tall, barely lady, you know, who can do awesome stuff. You know, I can weld and I'm so blessed to be able to have these different types of talents. And so you can't judge someone by the cover.
Now, see, the interesting thing is I knew you owned the company. I knew you ran the company. I had no idea you actually were a welder.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I learned something new today.
Yeah.
And it's not that I was judging you. I just,
No.
I think that's really cool.
Thank you.
You know, and it's funny that you bring up that because I used to sell new homes before I had kids.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I was in my early 20s. And I remember people would be walking up to my new homes and I would think, oh, that person's going to buy or that person's not going to buy. Almost all the time, I was 100% wrong. Almost
Wow.
every time.
Wow.
And that's because the people that literally were walking up confident, that seemed like they actually had the money to buy, they didn't. And the people that looked like maybe they didn't. I had this one man, I kid you not, he drove up in the oldest car. He paid cash for the house.
Nice.
Back then, you know, it was like a $200,000 house. I wish wish
Right.
it was still like that.
That's for sure.
But he paid cash for the house. And I remember thinking as he was walking up, he was very, very conservative, you know, dressed and everything. And I thought, oh, he's never going to be able to buy a house. He bought the house cash. So, yeah, I think not judging a book by its cover is important.
Yeah.
And, you know, even if you think that someone is a certain way, because we all have a story.
Oh, yes.
We all have that background. So, you know, thinking about, you know, I mean, my parents got divorced when I was young. So that's a tough one. I mean,
is.
all of the things that we learn as kids, I think help us with our being adults. And
Absolutely. I'm still a kid. Never grow up.
it's good. I don't think we should ever grow up to some extent.
To some
because-
extent. Yeah.
Yeah, I
you know,
mean, I think, yeah.
this
And-
whole adulting thing can be kind of blah, you know, but
Well, of course. I mean, and there's, you know, you've got bills, you have taxes, you have all
Yeah.
this stuff that you have to do.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this: when you're dealing with customers and all of that, I would imagine from you being so in business so long, you have a lot of repeat customers, I would assume.
those are the best.
Yeah. So do you ever advertise or anything, or is it all just word of mouth, or how does that work?
You know, back in the day, we used to do, my dad was said that word of mouth is the best or the worst form of advertisement that you can get.
Yeah, well, it can be,
Yes.
sure.
And so I kept it on the best portion side of it.
Yeah.
And everybody would talk, you know, because I'd been around for so long. But now people are not doing that. People are not asking their neighbor, you know, hey, where did you get your fence? Where did you get your gate done? Or whatnot. So I've realized, I've just
Interesting.
recently realized that I had to hire someone to do, because I'm not all that techie.
Yeah, yeah.
I've had to hire someone else to do, you know, start my Facebook page and do that kind of thing, and TikTok, I guess, and Instagram and all that kind of, I don't know any of that. But
So does it work?
we just started.
Okay.
Like a month ago, we just started. So it better work. I'm
I
sure it'll
have to
work.
know. I have to
Yes.
know how that all works.
I'm sure it'll work. Yeah, he's young. So,
Oh,
so
yeah,
him doing
well,
it, yeah.
They know everything.
Exactly.
They know how to boost things and
Yep.
create geo fences.
Oh, yes, right.
So that, you know, like you
Yes.
come into a certain area, like people that predictively would need fencing or
Yep.
things like that. Very cool.
He kind of talked to me about this blah, blah, blah. My eyes glazed over. I'm like, uh-huh.
So
and he was talking the jargon, and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. But
so
but
do
as long
you
as he
do,
does.
are you doing any ads in like a newspaper or anything like that? So you're doing all digital.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's it. I am part of the business association up in Valley Center. So that's a big thing.
Yeah. Do you get referrals from that? Oh,
Yes,
okay. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So referrals from that, but not so much from just word of mouth from your customers. That's really sad.
A lot
Yeah.
of, I do have a lot because those are the
Okay.
best kinds of customers.
Yeah,
Are the
for
returns because you know that you did the job right the first time.
Right, exactly.
And so a lot of, and most of my business, I'm going to say 80% of my business is that's where I get it from.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood.
That's
that
okay.
then. So when you get a customer that you did something for a long time ago, are you seeing like next generation too?
Oh, no, I haven't really seen Next Generation that much.
Okay. Let's take a pause and have a smart stop so we can hear all about our sponsor.
Perfect.
SmartStop knows the winning connection is when we elevate success together. SmartStop Self Storage, a California company with nearly 200 properties and over 15 million square feet of rentable storage in the US and Canada, is committed to positively impacting the communities we serve on the national and local level. By aligning our core principles of leading together, embracing change, and enhancing everyone's journey with local initiatives focused on education, health, and social welfare, we all elevate together. Through financial and strategic partnerships with nonprofits and prestigious organizations such as Cloudcast Media, Arrow McLaren IndyCar, Breast Cancer Research Foundation, Wounded Warrior Project, USC Athletics, the Brampton Steelheads, MMA fighters and boxers, and other unique athletes, we aim to foster a sense of unity and pride within the communities we serve, creating a shared identity and generating a positive atmosphere. To learn more about our core values, our locations, and career opportunities, please visit us at smartstopselfstorage.com. SmartStop, elevating success together.
Anyway, so what are you most proud about your company?
Being second generation.
Yeah, that is
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, I remember my dad when I was probably in my 20s or something, putting his arm. My dad was like 6'2" or something, so he put his arm around me. Sweetie pie, this will all be yours one day. And back then, I was like, woohoo, But now I get it.
Now, are you an only child?
I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
So Daddy's baby girl was getting the business
That's
no
me.
matter what.
Yep, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
So did your mom work at all in the business?
She
or-
did. She
Okay.
was the money person and the office person, and my dad was the people person and the work person. When they
Okay.
got everything done, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now you're doing all contracting. We talked a little bit about that for your larger jobs. So you're not doing that in-house. Are you finding that's easier to manage and all of that, so you don't have to keep people on
Much
when
better.
you don't need them?
Much better, yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
in my specific time that I'm doing this right now is
Well, and I think too, business has changed.
it has so much. Oh my
And
goodness.
Tell me, what are the trends coming up? Are there any new things?
Fencing
coming up?
trends.
Yeah, I would say small business trends maybe
Sure.
even too.
You might want to tape this off or cut this out. Let me think about trends. Trends for no, I can't. What do you mean?
Well, like
sorry.
what's going? Are you seeing anything? People are fencing more, fencing less, or things like that.
Oh, a lot more automation things. People are wanting cameras,
Yes,
which is
for
cool.
sure. Yes,
and that they've got different and phones are out. So everybody's got a cell phone now.
Right.
So a phone unit at a gate is people don't need that anymore.
Right.
Because everybody's got a cell phone. They'll just call the person that they're coming to visit or whatnot. And put a code in and bam, they're in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that makes it
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people still do have telephone units, but
So do you do also security cameras and that sort of thing
Yeah.
on the gates?
absolutely, I can do that.
And you do
yes.
all that stuff
Yes,
yourself?
I do have help with the cameras.
Oh, okay.
On that part because I don't, like I said before, I'm not all that techie, but
Yeah.
But yes, we can absolutely do that.
Nice. So do you do like Ring cameras, connect that, or how does it work?
Ring cameras. No, normally there's a phone unit at the outside of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll take, for instance, you mentioned your home, your complex has
Yeah,
a gate.
yeah.
So that is a phone unit, and you push the button. I'm here to see Rebecca, and it will call your phone, and then you can access them and let them push a number and let them in.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you know how to do all that.
Oh
stuff.
gosh, yes. Yeah.
Good. That's probably old hat for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it gets that way. Yeah. There
Yeah.
are newer ones though that they're actually sell like a modem inside the unit, and it's a cell phone all on its own. So it's super cool.
Oh wow.
A bunch of
And
different
it
things like
has
that.
good coverage and all of
Yeah,
that.
believe it or not.
Believe it or not, lately I've been thinking cell phones are not connecting well.
Oh no.
No, I feel like they're like blank spots more
Oh
and
yeah.
more.
Oh, there are though.
And especially too out in Valley Center, I
Yes.
feel like it's just kind of sometimes
Hit and miss.
those dead spots.
Yep. There are a lot more of those than we would think.
Well, and I think it probably would be better than to have a separate system where it's got its own modem and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it's got like better coverage.
I think it's
than you
wider
do.
than and
Yeah.
it's just situated.
Yeah.
And it doesn't move. So
Yeah,
once it finds that sweet spot, it stays.
Right. That's perfect. Okay, so you walk into a room of young women and they're all wanting to hear from you. What advice would you give them that has really helped you with having your own company, maintaining your own company, kind of changing the way that you do business? Do you go to conferences, things like that? What would you share with them to say, listen, you want to open a business? These are the pieces of advice that I would give you.
Learn from others' mistakes. You can't know everything about everything.
Yeah.
You should always. There's someone somewhere. You might not know it, but you'll know if you ask. That will know about what you need to know. And then you'll learn something from that person.
So find mentors. Find people. And, I tell people a lot. Do you ever have young people that come in and say, hey, you know what? I'd really like to shadow you to see if this is something that...
Yes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that.
That was so much fun. A very good friend of mine, her son, it was during the summer, and he just wanted to learn how to weld.
Yeah.
So I brought him up to the shop, and she brought him over every week, and he was very quiet. He was awesome, though. He picked up, these kids are... Oh my gosh, so smart. He picked it up really fast. And I made a couple mistakes, and he caught it. And I was like, well, thank you,
Wow.
Yeah, he was really good. And
That's cool.
I just I don't even think about it now. I just do it. But it made me stop. And it made me think about steps, that you've got to take in order to get to where you want to go. And so I can't forget that. There are different steps that you need to take. I don't even think about it now, like I said, but they're
Right.
important steps that you need to remember.
Right.
To do the job.
So you actually were being mentored by him.
I was. Oh,
Interesting.
absolutely. Oh my goodness, yes.
I tell people all the time, I'm going to be learning things until the day I die.
Yes.
And it's not always from older people. Sometimes you actually do learn from younger people.
Yeah.
And being able to have them recognize that there are certain steps, you have to take the steps in order
Yes.
to be accurate and all of that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What a fun learning experience.
Yeah, I learned something from Lakota every time I take him to school, whether I want to learn about that person.
That's your grandson?
Yes.
How old is he?
15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's a blast.
That is amazing. Well, and like technology wise and all of that.
Yes.
I mean, there's got to be a lot of things that you could learn from him.
Oh gosh, yes. Yes, absolutely.
I feel like, this is such a weird time. When we were kids, I mean, there weren't even really computers. I mean,
No.
it was like the very beginning
No.
of the computer age.
I had a waterbed.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? I used to
crazy.
love my waterbed. I put
yeah.
my iron on the waterbed and pretend like I was surfing.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, okay. So what's next for you? Any changes, any growth that you're planning or anything like that?
Always grow.
Yeah.
I'm always a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
I always want to grow, and if I've got to learn something new every day. Let me see, growth. We're always growing.
Do we know any technology that's emerging, like AI or anything like that in gates?
I've wondered about that.
Yeah.
I've wondered how I can do AI and fit it into the gate business or the fencing business.
Well, it's funny that you bring this up because I don't know if this would work, but it'd be interesting if you could type in, for instance, a license plate because it's going to be coming. to your home and allow it to come in without having to bother you.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like you could just pick it up on.
Oh, they do have those.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a system that does that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got like a little placard on your.
It's got to be pretty.
Plate.
It's got to be pretty early, or it could be like Soapy Joe's when you go to the car
Oh,
wash. You just have the little scanning thing, and it comes up and it scans you and opens the gate for you.
Yep,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, they do have those out. Actually.
Yeah,
that's super neat.
So my car is a Tesla. So when I come up, it automatically pushes something inside my car and makes my gate open.
That's awesome. Yep, there you go.
But it's not my license plate, and I have to get kind of close. Like I can't be, super far away. That would be really cool if it actually did that, though.
It would, like a receiver and a transmitter sort of thing.
Yeah,
exactly. That would be kind of neat.
As you roll up, it just opens up and you roll right in.
and right there. Yep, that would be cool. We need to work on that.
Yeah, I think you need to get your grandson.
Oh, I know, right?
To make some sort of program.
There we go.
And then you can monetize that too.
Perfect, and I'll give him a couple bucks.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for speaking with us today, and I really enjoyed our conversation, and really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Really proud of you.
I was amazed when you asked me to be on the program, so thank you.
Well, you're the only woman welder I've ever met, and the only fence company owner that I've ever met either.
Awesome.
So, you're a woman, so I love that.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Now that was powerful. We hope you've been lifted and encouraged by today's inspiring voice. Always remember that life doesn't look exactly the same for each one of us. Never stop dreaming, striving, and thriving. In future episodes, we look forward to bringing you powerful stories from amazing women who learned how to lead in to challenges. Thank you for listening and being part of our community with SheEO host, Rebecca Jones.
The incredible curated SheEO conversation you just enjoyed was brought to you by SmartStop, a leader in self-storage real estate and a company that upholds its core principles of leading together, embracing change, and enhancing everyone's journey. To learn more about SmartStop, please visit smartstopselfstorage.com.
Cloudcast Media.